Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to Wilde Reads. My name is Dave and welcome back to another little tag video. Now I saw this tag on Lauren and the Books, on Lauren's channel, from Lauren and the Books. About a week or so ago I watched this and it looked a lot of fun, and I'd been tinkering with the idea of doing something bookshelf related before I inevitably take the plunge and do a full bookshelf tour. On the subject of a bookshelf tour, I did put on Twitter a few days ago that would people like to see a bookshelf tour from me, and the result was I think 87% said yes. So one is in the works, although I've got a bit of tidying up to do. If you can see this shelf up here, this is non-fiction corner, and it's a bit unorganised at the moment, so I really want to have a good tidy up before I let you all have a nosy, because, well, quite frankly, it's embarrassing having untidy shelves. But that's for another day. But this tag looked a load of fun and I loved Lauren's answers to it. Can you believe Lauren guessed exactly the correct number of books she had? Unbelievable. I was so impressed with that. So this morning what I did before work is that I counted all of my books, and I've written down some notes here for counting all of my books. Now this tag was originally created by Helene Jeppesen, and I shall link her channel down below and link her version of this tag down below. And there are 12 questions, and I've also got a cup of tea because I was absolutely gasping. You know that for the tea drinkers out there, you know, sometimes you're just really gagging for a cup of tea. It was one of those occasions. So 12 questions, and the questions are: number one, how many bookshelves do you have? Now, I didn't know whether this was bookcases or bookshelves, as you can see. So these ones behind me, these are IKEA 40cm shelves with the standard shelf spacing. Now you'll see on other videos that I film up that end of the room where the paperbacks are, that I've customised those shelves to make them, to get more books in, and so I've added a couple more shelves. So I didn't know whether this question related to bookcases or bookshelves, so I've counted both. So in answer to that first question, I have 13 bookcases comprising 91 shelves. These have got 6 shelves in them. The shelves over there have got 8 shelves in them, and the ones downstairs are a slightly different format. 91 bookshelves, 13 bookcases. Question 2, this is the one that took me a little while this morning before work. How many books are on your bookshelves, or how many books do you think you have? I know exactly how many books I have because I've counted them, as I've said. And on my shelves, I put these little stickers and wrote the number of books that is on that particular shelf, and then I just went round and added them all up. So in total, in the house, I have 1,108 books. I can't tell you how many of those are read and unread. I wasn't that organised. I was in a rush. It was before work, but it was 1,108 books. Question 3. How do you organise your books? Badly. There is no organisation to my books at the moment, apart from there's a little shelf here which is just out of shot and you can't see. It's an 80cm IKEA, 3 shelves. I'll show you on the book tour. This is the only shelf that's sort of organised-ish, and this is my TBR case. So all the proofs are, so proof copies are in here. Books that I really want to get to this year before the reading year is at an end, and my TBR for the month, they're all in here. Also, it contains my Oscar shelves. So all of my Oscars and all of my Howard's End are in there as well. There are a few Oscars over here still in non-fiction corner as well, because they haven't quite migrated yet over here. So as far as that is concerned, behind me here on these cases you can see these are hardbacks. So this is hardback fiction behind me. So hardbacks, non-fiction corner over there, which is a mixture of just non-fiction really, just history, biography, and a bit of a mess up the top. Over there, behind you, or behind the camera, is just paperbacks. So trade paperbacks, they're in no order. The only order I can see is that there's vintage red spines altogether. But other than that, there's a mixture of read, unread, all different genres. They're just there. paperbacks down there. Now downstairs there's antiquarian books and also overspill, a little bit of overspill from non-fiction and a little bit of overspill from paperbacks. But that is it, because I haven't really come up with the system of organising it. I don't know yet whether to go alphabetical. I don't know. What I liked about Jen Campbell's bookshelf tour was she went alphabetical and they were all in together, whether they were hardback or paperback or whatever. I like to, the only bit I'm a little bit OCD about is size. I do like to have sort of similar sizes together. And if I did alphabetical, there'd be paperback, hardback, so the actual stack would be going like this. So I wouldn't be able to customise the shelving so much. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'll come up with a plan eventually. It might take a little while, but eventually I'll come up with a plan. Okay, question 4. What is the oldest book on your bookshelf? Now, I had to go down to the antique books downstairs for this, and I have this. This is, look at this. This is, you can see that spine. It's not in A1 condition, but there we go. This is a little leather-bound book. This is quite old. So I'll tell you what the book is. This is The Seasons. And it's got these lovely little, I don't want to sort of touch it too much in case the thing falls apart, but this is The Seasons by James Thompson Esquire, and it's a collection of poems set out in the seasons. There's a couple of odes in there, so there's autumn, winter, and this edition, this is the first edition, Seasons, from 1824. Can you see that there, that little date there? So that's very old. That is the oldest book on my shelves, and I bought this years ago. It's a little bit dusty because I don't get it out that often. So what's that, 194 years old? 194 years old. I think that's right. Have I done that right? 190, yeah, 194 years old. That's incredible, isn't it? I read it a long time ago, but yeah, that's the oldest book on the shelf. Question number 5, what is the newest book on your shelves? Now, the newest book on the shelves is this. This is Frida. A novel of the real Lady Chatterley. This is so new, it's not even out yet. In fact, it's not out for another 4 months. This is a proof edition, ARC from Two Roads, and it is out on the 15th of November. And it's set in Germany in 1907 and England in 1912. So that is the newest book on my shelves. Question number 6, what is the longest book on your shelves? Well, probably in common with quite a lot of other people, I've got a copy of War and Peace, and this is my copy of War and Peace. This is the folio edition of War and Peace, which is obviously slip-cased because it's folio, and it's beautiful. Look at this. It's really nice. So War and Peace is, I forget how long it is now, but I think it's just over 1,430 pages, which a lot of people are under. Oh, look at that, nice sprayed edges there, just on the top, sprayed on the top. But a lot of people think that this is the longest novel published in the English language, but it's not even close to being the longest novel. I think this is number 17th longest novel published in English. The longest novel ever in English is a book called, so War and Peace is about 580, give or take a couple of thousand, about 587,000 words. The longest book is, I believe, Cyrus the Great, which is 2,100,000 words long. So a lot longer than War and Peace, but that is the longest book that I have on my shelves. Question number 7, which is the shortest book on your shelves. The shortest book on my shelves is this. This is The Princess and the Pea, and this is about 30 pages long. And we bought this for our lovely little granddaughter Ava, and I'm going to read this to her as soon as she's old enough. I shall go through this with her. Question number 8, what is the predominant genre on your shelves? I would say literary fiction. Yeah, literary fiction is. There's a lot of crime thriller. There's a lot of commercial. There's a lot of well, there's a fair bit of non-fiction, but yeah, I would say literary fiction is the predominant genre. Question number 9, have you done a bookshelf tour? I haven't done a bookshelf tour yet. I did have it in the back of my mind that maybe I wouldn't do one because I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, but since I put the little poll on Twitter and a lot of people said yes, they'd love to see a bookshelf tour, then I will film one and I will get round it. I just want to tidy up a little bit first before I let you all loose on my bookshelf. Question 10, go on a random number generator and talk about the book that corresponds with that number. I allocated each shelf each bookcase a number, and I picked out the bookcase, and then I picked out a number just randomly on that shelf, and it led me to this book. And this book is Stephen Fry, The Ode Less Travelled. And so I picked it up. have I read this? It came out years and years ago, and basically what it is, Stephen Fry, amongst all his other talents, is a poet. I don't think he's ever published his own poetry. In fact, somewhere in this book it says that his poetry is just private, it's just for his own pleasure. But in here, he does give a lot of insights about understanding poetry. You never know, I might have a go at writing some of my own as well. So that was the book that corresponded to my random number generating. Question 11, do you have any fan merch or decorations on your bookshelf? I don't really have a lot of fan merch. I'm not really into fan merch. I've got a cast iron Japanese teapot that I bought up in Yorkshire this year, which is on. It's not book related, and there are a couple of things. There are a couple of things on the bookshelf like dotted round. Like I've got my wise owl, and then I've got, you know, sort of these penguin mugs, and there's a Virago Classics Rebecca Daphne du Maurier mug there. Oh look, I found some fan merch. This was sent out with the proof editions. This is one of these little bookmarks. This was sent out with the proof editions last year from The Wisdom of Sally Red Shoes. And so there's a pair of red shoes, there's a sort of life buoy at the back, and there's a disco ball, which if you've read The Wisdom of Sally Red Shoes by Ruth Hogan, you would know exactly what all these little things meant. And if you haven't read it, I recommend it. It's a fantastic book, and you will know exactly what all these little things are. Yeah, so I suppose this is fan merch. And question 12, show us your bookshelves. Ta-da! There's some bookshelves there. There's lots of bookshelves over there. There's bookshelves here, there's bookshelves downstairs. You can see them all when I eventually get round to filming the book haul. That is it. That is the end of the questions. That was quite a lot of fun. I quite enjoyed that. So I'm going to be back on Sunday with another video. Not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. I might stitch together some of the footage from our recent trip to Hay-on-Wye, and just throw a vlog up on Sunday. But we'll see. We'll see how the time goes, and we'll see what I get round to doing on Sunday. So until then, whatever you're doing this week, enjoy your books, and I will see you back here on Sunday for another BookTube video. Until then, take care everyone. Bye bye.